Hey guys, today I want to dive into a review of the Insta360 Go Ultra camera. This wearable, tiny little camera packs some serious upgrades, and it really offers a lot if you're looking for image quality and the ability to wear your camera. With the Insta360 Go Ultra, I feel like there's finally a tiny little camera that's wearable that can actually compete with a regular action camera. So if a wearable camera is something you're interested in, check out this video. I'll show you all the features and the image quality and give you some comparisons so you can see if this camera is going to be the one that you want. So this here is the camera unit. You've got this little tiny camera here, and this is the base unit for the Insta360 Go Ultra. And all you need to do with this is put the camera in it. It's magnetic, so it pops right into place there. It's got a screen on the back that can flip up. That's a nice flip screen for composing your shots. So you can use the camera like a regular action camera when it's in there, but you can also take it out and you can record while the camera's out of there. You can still see what you're filming on the screen here. So it's basically like a little remote viewfinder. You can start and stop recording either from the action pod or directly on the camera here. It's magnetic in the back, so it's easy. You can just pop it on a magnet if you got a magnet pendant like I have right here under my shirt, or you can mount it using these clips on the back. There's a few different mounts that are compatible with the Insta360 Go Ultra camera. That's just a quick rundown of how the Go Ultra camera works. If after watching this video you decide this camera is a good one for you, I have a full beginner's guide video to help you get started with the Go Ultra, so be sure to check that out in the link in the video description below. Now let's take a look at the video features on the Insta360 Go Ultra, because you can wear this camera all you want, but if the video doesn't look good, you're not going to want to use it. And that's where I've been really impressed with the Go Ultra. The Go Ultra is a tiny little camera, but it packs some huge features. It's got a 1/1.28 inch sensor, which is amazing. They can even fit it in this little camera, with an AI chip and an ambient light sensor. So you're going to get really high quality images, and it's also got some really cool low light settings, which I'll show you guys. It also records at 4K at 60 frames per second. So now you can mount your camera on your chest or wherever you want to mount it, and you can get some nice action sports shots or cinematic shots. And that's what really steps it up. The previous Go cameras did not record at 4K at 60 frames per second. And that's really useful to get those cinematic shots. I've compared it side by side with the GoPro Hero 13 and also with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 just to see how it compares. And I've been pleasantly surprised with the results. The image quality is really clear, the colors are great. If you're looking for a wearable action camera that you also want to use as a regular action camera, the Go Ultra's image quality is definitely on par with the top of the line action cameras. And that's the first time I've ever said that about any of these Go wearable cameras. Usually there was some kind of compromise with the video footage for those unique angles. But now with the Go Ultra, I feel like image quality isn't something that you actually have to compromise on anymore just because you decide to go with a tiny camera like this one. The main area where the Go Ultra still has room to grow is the frame rates, because in most of the top action cameras, they can record in 4K at 120 frames per second for up to 5 times slow motion. On the Go Ultra, you can do 4K at 60 frames per second, so you can get really great 2.5 times slow motion. But when you do want to record that higher frame rate, it's not available in 4K like it is on those top action cameras. It's also got a wider 156-degree field of view, so you can get those close-up shots and they're going to capture more of your frame. It's going to work better for those POV shots for you. The Go Ultra is a single lens camera, so basically you're limited to showing what you actually recorded out of that single lens. Unlike if you choose to record with the Insta360 X5 or a 360 camera, you can actually choose any portion of that full 360 sphere to show when you play back your footage. However, the benefit of the Go Ultra is, of course, its small little size. Compared to mounting the X5, it's a much larger camera, and although you can mount it on your body, it's just much more obvious when you're wearing it. The Go Ultra also has 2 times clarity zoom. So if you do want to get closer to something that's further away, you can just double tap on the screen or tap on the little clarity zoom icon, and you can get closer to your subject matter, which makes this a more universal camera than just a regular wearable camera. It also has 360 horizon lock and 4K at 30 frames per second. So no matter how the camera rotates, you can lock that horizon. Or a 45-degree horizon lock, which you can use and if you want a little bit of a wider field of view and you don't need the full 360 lock. I feel like that works really well for most sports. There's also some other options for horizon lock, such as a tilt fix, so it'll just tilt it up to 10% in any of the different video settings. The stabilization is really good on this camera. Because it's made to mount on your body, you're gonna need good stabilization, and you can go up to high stabilization with the Go Ultra, and you'll notice that it's gonna smooth out almost all of those bounces if you're running across the yard, for example, and you just want some smooth footage. That stabilization is gonna do it for you. It's also got pure video mode, so if you wanna record in those low light situations, you can really get the most out of the low light with using pure video mode. So that's amazing. It kind of adds to that versatility of the Go Ultra. As far as photos go, you can get up to 50 megapixel stills. It's got HDR photo, live photos, and also pure shot for those low light shots. It's It's gonna really enhance those shots when you're recording in low light scenes. The Go Ultra also got a huge upgrade in the audio quality. I was really surprised at how clear the audio was. Even when I was recording in windy conditions, you could really just hear my voice super clearly. I'll give you a little sample of the audio here just so you can hear what it sounds like right through the camera. This is the audio recorded right on the Go Ultra using the voice enhancement setting. So this one is designed to enhance your voice. There's also some wind reduction settings, and there's some really good clear audio right here on the Go Ultra camera. By the way, if you are brand new to this camera and you really want some inspiration, how to use all these different modes and everything about it, check out my book for the Go Ultra. And that's just gonna give you a full guide from start to finish, give you a lot of inspiration and get you out there filming the best shots possible. I'll put a link for that in the video description below, so be sure to pick up your copy of the book. Now I wanna show you guys a few more of the key specs about the Go Ultra. The Go Ultra camera weighs 53 grams, so it's a little bigger than the Go 3S, which was 39 grams, but you've got that larger sensor, and also you don't have to compromise on image quality. So I feel like the little larger size is definitely worth it, because now you could use this camera for anything you're filming. And it's still a lot lighter than the GoPro Hero, which is their 83 gram camera, or the GoPro Hero 13, which is about 154 grams. So this tiny little camera is still really light and easy to wear, and when you wear it, you really don't notice the weight of it. This little camera right here is waterproof to 33 feet on its own. And right here, you've got the action pod, which is only splash proof. So if you want to take that in the water, you do need to put it in a dive case. Also, anytime you want to film underwater with the Go Ultra camera alone, the standard curved lens that's on the camera will create blurry videos underwater. You need to put that aqua lens on there because it's got a flat surface. So it is one little extra step you need to take when filming with the Go Ultra underwater. Also, something that's new on the Go Ultra is instead of like the older cameras, they had built-in storage. This actually, you can just use a micro SD card. So you can take it in and out, and if your storage fills up, you can just pop in another micro SD card. So there's no more internal storage, but it does give you the flexibility to use the amount of storage you want, and you don't have to pay more for the high storage camera like you used to have to do. I think it would have really been ideal if it had built-in storage and a spot for micro SD card, but you can only fit so much in this tiny little camera. I also tested out the battery life to see what you can get out of this camera, and the battery life is really impressive, greatly improved over the previous cameras. You can get up to 30 minutes of recording time in 4K 60 frames per second right with this little camera here. So when it's not in the action pod, you're just filming with this camera on its own, you get about 30 minutes, which I found pretty impressive. But you can use this little button right here on the camera to start and stop recording. There's gonna be no standby time, so that's pure recording time that you're gonna get 30 minutes out of. If you are recording with the camera in the action pod, you can get up to 200 minutes of recording time at 1080. Of course, if you're recording in 4K, that recording time is gonna be less, just because it uses more energy. The Go Ultra also has super fast charging. So if you do run out of battery and you plug it in with the USB-C cable, it can go from 0 to 80% in just 18 minutes. And the camera alone itself, in 10 minutes, it can go from 0 to 80%. So it feels like anytime you need battery in this camera, if you just pop it back in the action pod, as long as there's some battery in there, you're gonna get some battery really quickly back in the camera. As far as overheating, you're not gonna have much of a problem when you're outdoors with some airflow, but I did put it up to the worst scenario, which I just set it flat on a table, try to put this hot part against the desk, and I did get it to overheat at 4K at 60 frames per second with all of the things turned on, such as Wi-Fi, and it was transmitting to the action pod. In about 30 minutes, it overheated. Also, if you're starting and stopping recording in between filming, which is always better, so you just don't have super long video files, obviously it's not gonna overheat so quickly. When I recorded in 4K at 30 frames per second, I was able to get 47 minutes of recording time on a single battery without any overheating issues. For those longer recording times, 4K at 30 frames per second would work better. Also, like I mentioned, the camera can be integrated into the action pod, basically just like a regular action camera. However, because it's not actually integrated in this action pod, sometimes the image quality on the screen here is not going to be as good as, say, on the Ace Pro 2, where it's one camera unit. And also sometimes you'll see a bit of like a kind of a skip, you know, just if the connection's not that great between the camera and the action pod. Just good to know based on how you're using it, if that's going to really matter for you. Insta360 has also created a whole ecosystem of mounts that are used for mounting this camera, such as the magnetic pendant that you can hang on your neck, or a hat clip. There's just tons of options for mounting this, because that's basically what this camera is designed for. That's why this camera is so small, so you can mount it in some unique places for unique angle shots. The Go Ultra also has a replaceable lens cover, so if you damage this lens cover, you can replace it. And you can also swap it out for different filters, such as ND filters, the micro lens, which is like a macro lens for close-ups, or the aqua lens for filming underwater. So those are some great options for enhancing your footage. They also added another really cool safety feature, which is what I was concerned about when I used the previous models for action sports, and there was no way to really hook your camera on in case it did come off one of the mounts. But with the Go Ultra, they added this little area right here, and you can attach a little safety cord. So then you can have your camera around your neck, for example, and if it does come off of a mount, it's still hooked onto your body or your arm or your equipment, wherever you've decided to mount it. So that way you can now take this camera in more extreme situations and not be afraid to lose it. As far as my final thoughts on the Go Ultra, I'm really impressed with the image quality. If you are interested in wearing your camera for any shots and you want to be able to use it like a traditional action camera, this is basically a really good wearable version of a top market action camera. I hope I helped you guys decide if this is going to be a good camera for you. If it is and you want some help with inspiration or just how to use this camera, I'll put a link for my book in the video description below, and that's going to help you all the way through the process of using the Go Ultra. And I've also got a great beginner's guide video that will help you from unboxing all the way through some tips on how to use and mount this camera. So be sure to check that out if you're just getting started. It should really help you guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in more of my videos. Have fun out there filming.